Hey guys, it's Mrs. Gloom, and we're going to read a few more chapters of our book, Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. Chapter 24. I'll take the Dragon Lady over Bear any day. When I came into the living room, Mom was standing there looking mad, just like I expected. But Bear was there too, awake and sitting up. Not expected. What's up? I said, trying to play it cool for now. Did you have detention today? Mom said. Uh-oh, busted. Well, kind of, I said. Kind of, Bear said. Kind of? What does that mean? Mom asked him to stay calm, but she kept her eyes on me. I got a call from Mrs. Strickler. She says she left a message here last week. Did you know anything about that? Oh man, double busted. Just then Georgia came wandering in, of course. What's going on? Is Rafe in trouble? She said. Go to your room, Bear yelled at her. Don't talk to her that way, Mom said. Georgia, honey, this is between Rafe and us. Go on now. Georgia disappeared again, but I knew she was just standing in the hall listening where we couldn't see her. At least I have a witness if Bear killed me, which is what he looked like he wanted to do. You're grounded for a week, he said, standing over me now, and no more touching that answering machine, you got it? Hang on a minute, Mom said. I want to hear Rafe's side of this. Carl, sit down, please. Bear sat, and Mom looked at me again. Rafe, talk. Unfortunately, my side of the story wasn't worth much. I told them all about the scooter in gym class and detention and how I'd erased the message on the machine. Even without saying a word about Operation Rafe, I'd still be just as bad as Bear thought I was. When I was done, Mom took a deep breath. Rafe, I'm going to ask you something else now, and I want an honest answer, she said. Does Leo have anything to do with this? I probably should have told her the truth. But Bear decided what he thought about it before I could even open my mouth. Again with this Leo thing, he yelled at me. I've had it up to here with that. I don't want to hear that name Leo in this house again. Understand, you freak? You're the freak, I shouted back. That's enough, both of you, Mom said, standing up between us. Rafe, you're grounded until further notice. Carl, you go cool off somewhere. I don't want to talk to either of you right now. I was already headed back to my room anyway. Our little talk was over. I found George in the hall, no surprise, but I didn't bust her. I just pushed her back toward her own room and then slammed the door behind me as hard as I could. I wanted to throw something, hit something, and exterminate Bear all at the same time. You know, there are different ways of getting back at him, Leo said. You shut up, I told him. You're not even real. I picked up this old ceramic turtle I'd made in second grade and threw it against the wall. It smashed into a million pieces, but I didn't care. I didn't even care about being grounded. It's not like I had 24 friends waiting to do stuff with me after school every day. In fact, I only had one friend, and technically he didn't even exist. I'm just saying, Leo told me, I know a way you could get revenge on Bear and maybe even earn some points at the same time, if you're interested. It took me a while to calm down, but once I thought about it, I realized I was definitely interested. Just so you know, this one could get you in really big trouble, Leo said. Who cares, I told him. I'm already in trouble. Keep talking. Chapter 25. Timeout. Okay, time out for a second. I just want to say it's not like I was trying to hide Leo from you, or at least the part about him being not exactly real. I know. What kind of sixth grader still has imaginary friends? But I don't really think of him that way. It's just that he's always been around and there's never been a reason to stop talking to him. Maybe I'm not doing a good job at explaining this. It's not like I think Leo's really there. It's more like, what if someone was there, talking back and helping me figure this stuff out? Someone who's always on my side, you know? Like I said before, I'm not exactly popular, so I'll take whatever help I can get. If that makes me weird or whatever, I guess I can live with it, and I hope you can too. For what it's worth, I've told you way more than I've ever told anyone else, except Leo, of course. You know about Operation Rafe and my stupid point reward system. You know about my problems with my future stepfather. And most embarrassing of all, you know about my impossible and very ridiculous crush on Jeannie Galetta. Here's one more secret, just so you know we're friends. Jeannie Galetta is not going to be my girlfriend by the end of the story. I'm not saying that because I don't have confidence or something. I'm saying it because it's my book and I know how it all turns out. So if you're the type who likes romantic stuff and you're waiting around for her to start liking me like that, I'm just saying, don't hold your breath. Okay, now you know this stuff about me and I still don't know anything about you. I don't even know if you're still there. Are you? And if you are, can I trust you with the rest? I still want to know. Are you a good person? Maybe that's not fair of me to ask since I haven't figured out whether I'm a good person or not. I guess you can be the judge. Here's the deal. If you're okay with me so far, then keep reading. But if you've gotten this far and you think I'm the lowest of the low and I don't deserve to have my own book, maybe you should stop right now. Because it only gets worse from here, or better, depending on how you look at it. Signed, your friend, RK. Chapter 26, Revenge for Sale. The next day at school, I put our new plan into action. It took until about fourth period for word to get around. By lunchtime, I had a whole line of kids from every grade waiting at my locker for a nice, refreshing can of Zoom, right out of Bear's smaller than it used to be, not such a secret anymore stash. Hills Village Middle School is a sugary drink free zone, so something like Zoom is pure gold around here. I made it BYOC, bring your own cup, so there wouldn't be any marked cans floating around. $1 filled the cup of your choice or emptied the can, whichever came first. Then I could take the empties home, put them back in their cases, and wait to see if Bear ever got to the bottom of his stash. And if he did, I had a plan for that too. My customers kept saying how cool this was, and thanks, Rafe, including a bunch of people who I didn't even think knew my name. I guess Miller the Killer was right about one thing. I guess I was starting to get a reputation around here. Business was good too. I'd made $16, not to mention 35,000 points. By the time lunch was almost over, I didn't see Jeannie Galetta at the end of the line till she was there at my locker. Let me say that again. Jeannie Galetta was at my locker. Thirsty? I said, trying to sound cool. You know, this is totally against the rules, she said. That makes it taste better, I said. Good line, right? Jeannie just looked at me, the same way Mom does sometimes, and even Donatella. It's like she was trying to figure me out. Why does it seem like you're always trying to get into trouble, Jeannie said. I don't get that. What I did next was probably stupid, to tell you the truth. I didn't know what else to say. Can you keep a secret, I asked. I took out the HVMS Code of Conduct and showed her how I had already crossed out a bunch of rules. Yeah, Jeannie said, so what? I'm going to be the first person to break every single one of these, I said, one rule at a time. Oh, great, she said, thanks for telling me. Now I could get in trouble too. No, you can't, I said. That's my policy. Whatever happens, I don't let anyone else get hurt. You can even turn me in if you want to. She just stared at me, but not in a totally bad way. It was more like she hadn't made her mind up yet. Go ahead, I said. Make my day. Then Jeannie Galetta did something she'd never done before. She smiled right at me. I know this will sound corny, but it was a really, really nice smile. I think Leo was right. I think she liked my no-hurt rule. Of course, the stupid bell had to ring for fifth period, and that smile disappeared faster than a can of Zoom out of my locker. Oh my gosh, I'm late for science, Jeannie said. Don't worry about it, I said. No, that's what you do, she told me. And now she was annoyed. By the time I said bye, she was already going up the hall as fast as she could go without actually running, because, you know, that's against the rules. What just happened? I asked Leo after she'd gone. I'm not sure about this, he said, but I think you just got a step closer to Section 4, Rule 7. No kissing or other public displays of affection are allowed in school. Chapter 27, Cracking the Dress Code. When Halloween rolled around, it seemed like the perfect time in the game to take on Section 1, Rule 1, the Hills Village Middle School dress code. Normally this would have been an easy one, but Leo liked it when I upped my game, so he laid down all kinds of extra challenges and chances for me to earn some extra big points. Forget the fire alarm. Forget about detention with Dragon Lady. This was definitely going to be the scariest thing I'd done so far. The first challenge was just getting out of the house without Mom finding out about it. No costume, Rafe? She said at breakfast. Georgia was eating a bowl of Cheerios, standing up because she couldn't sit down. She was already wearing her big pink wings. I was just wearing jeans and a regular shirt. Are you getting too old for Halloween, Mom asked. I answered with one of my not quite lies. It's middle school, I said. In fact, everything was already in my backpack, and I changed in the bathroom when I got to school. Black shoes, black pants, black turtleneck, black ski mask. My backpack was dark blue, but that was close enough. I also had a pocket full of Cheerios for throwing stars, and nunchucks made out of a couple of paper towel rolls with a piece of rope knotted at both ends. It would have been nice to have a sword too, but just try fitting a mop handle in your backpack sometime. It was only a matter of time before some teacher nabbed me, so Leo said he'd give me 10,000 points for every 50 yards of ground I could cover inside the school. I came tearing out of the bathroom at full speed and just kept running. Through the first floor, up the stairs, down the second floor, and past the lockers. Throwing Cheerios and swinging my nunchucks like crazy. If there was a highlight reel, the number one play would have been when I saw Miller the Killer in the hall. I made sure my mask was pulled down tight over my face. Then I took a big wind-up as I went by and beamed him upside the head with one of the chucks. What the? Miller turned the wrong way just as I passed him. By the time he'd figure out where I'd come from and where I was headed, I'd already left him in the dust. He was twice as big as me, but I was twice as fast. Eat it, Miller. And then, splam, I ran straight into Mrs. Strickler, literally. Let's just say she wasn't in the mood for wrestling. What in heaven's name is this? She said, grabbing me by the arm. I'm a ninja, I told her. You're a nincompoop, she said. Take off that mask immediately. I pulled off the mask. Rafe, she said, I might have guessed. You absolutely may not run around the school in that costume. There's no rule against ninjas, I said, and believe me, I checked. Consider it our newest regulation, Strickler said. No ninjas allowed at Halloween or any time. You're going to have to take all that off. Okay, I said, like it was a big deal, but this was actually the part I've been waiting for. Phase 2, double points. I went into the bathroom and came out a minute later without my ninja costume, running just as fast as I had before. Rafe Cacciatorian, Strickler shouted after me, but I was already gone. Some kids got out of my way. Some even ran in the other direction. A few girls screamed when I came through, but I don't think they meant it. And a few people even yelled stuff like, "Go, Rafe, go," and "Don't let him get you." Because like I said, I wasn't wearing my ninja costume anymore. In fact, I wasn't wearing much of anything at all. Just sneakers, a pair of boxers, and a big old smile.